guys, and yeah, welcome back. What day is it today? It is a Tuesday. So it's been a while since I filmed last, so we're gonna go back to where I filmed last, which was in February. Okay, so Saturday the 22nd of February, 3 of my relatives are birthdays were that day. Was a sister-in-law, my uncle, and one of my cousins, so happy birthday to them. Got to celebrate, I already mentioned that the day before. Did some chores that day, did some dotting, I cleaned the bathroom, so yeah, got some things done that I needed to. Forgive me, I'm a little clogged up and this thing is crooked. I'm a little congested, so I apologize for any grossness that might come out through my throat. The 23rd on a Sunday with church, eat, nap, evening service, dotting, kind of that sort of thing. My dotting is coming along. I'm not going to show you guys just yet, but I've got, I would say, this much left to do on part of the canvas, so I'm really excited about that. I didn't do it this previous week. I did, I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it, but I haven't. But I will try to, or I should say the last week I didn't do it. But anyway, so yeah, it's coming along, and I'm happy about it. Monday the 24th, had off, did chores, dust, vacuum, even mopped, which I absolutely, that's one thing. It's one thing to vacuum and dust, which I don't really like cleaning in general, but I know that's the typical thing I'll do. But mopping, it's not that hard. I just don't like doing it. Dealt with some other chores, stripped and remade my bedding because that needed to be done. I usually do mine last. I get the boys done first, but then I leave mine till like last. I do the boys at the beginning of the month, and then mine's usually near the end of the month. But it does get done once a month, nonetheless. Made dinner. Not even sure what I made that day. What does that say? Oh, unload the car. Had groceries to do that day. Clean up, work on some games that I plan on doing in the future. Tuesday the 25th, work, did 3 houses. Wasn't sure where I was going to be doing that day as far as either waiting at school. Ended up doing that. It was my best friend's birthday, so happy birthday to her. Love her. Guys, since it was on a Tuesday, Mom has 2 different classes back to back, except for like an hour where she has a break. Since I waited at the school that day, and just happened to have to work that day instead of Monday. Went to the boba shop that's right down the block. Oh, so excited because I've been wanting to go to that bubble shop for a while now. I wanted last semester when Mom was in school and didn't get to go. I didn't even say anything because I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but I was like, oh, I really want to go there at least once. And we did. I was so excited. We went with one of Mom's classmates that likes to going there. I got a mango slush. Here, I have a picture of it. I'll show you guys. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So instead of ice, it was like a slushy, and it had, of course, the boba poppers in it. All mango flavored. So good. Also got cheesecake. Mom splurged a little bit. She got a plain cheesecake, which she just eats the filling. She only ate like half of it, and she just can't eat the bottom because it's crust and it's not gluten-free, so she couldn't eat that part. But since it was New York style, it was thick and rich. I got a strawberry version. the strawberry cheesecake itself was all strawberry. It was pink, so it was all strawberry. It wasn't like strawberry filling or topping, or yeah, it wasn't the topping. It was all throughout it, and it didn't taste like it was a, how to describe it? It was a faint strawberry. It wasn't like rich strawberry, because all the cheesecake was already rich as it is. Where's my photos here? So this is, see if you can see it. This is what it looked like. Okay, oh, there we go. So yeah, that's what it looked like, and it was so good. I didn't take a picture of the cheesecake, but I did take a picture of my boba, and it was so good. Would get that one again, or try a different one if I were ever to go there. Just would not mix the slushy and the cheesecake together. That really upset my digestive system, and I totally regret that. So I don't know if it was the cheesecake itself or the combination of having that with the boba tea that caused a corruption the next day. So yeah. Anyway, Wednesday, February the 26th, work, did 5 houses. Ugh. Not exactly the greatest idea, but sometimes we have to if we have to put an extra person in there. We were totally tired. Went to school, got Taco Bell. It was the closest, quickest thing to get. I got like that the box thing that comes with 5 things. I got like churros, which honestly tastes like eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. That's what it tastes like. They were good, but I was just like, I don't know. And then there was chimichangas in there, and there was a couple of Doritos, a Dorito style shell taco, and there was a regular taco, and there was something else. That's 4. Oh, cheese sauce. So it was all good. Kind of expensive. Taco Bell is not much for, you pay a lot of money for very little, and it's really just snack food. So would not recommend if you're really hungry to go there, but nonetheless, Taco Bell's still good in my opinion. Thursday, February 27th, work, did 1 house. Wasn't too far from here. Came home, did chores, laundry, nap, worked on games again. February 28th, had off, did chores, get ready for Saturday, cleaning and soak foot, because I've been having problems with my foot. My one toenail, which I'm not going to show you guys because that's really gross. 1, I don't like showing my feet, and 2, you don't need to see my ugly toe. But basically, I've got a toe fungus. Yeah, not quite great. It's not terrible, it's mild. The nail's not falling apart or anything, it's just discolored, and we don't want it to spread. So, yeah, I ended up going to the doctor's today, which I'll get into today for a second, but that's kind of how I've been doing, soaking my feet, putting peroxide on it, cleaning with antibiotic just to keep it from hurting and doing anything extra. I also have the tendency to get ingrown, so that didn't help my situation, really. Anyway, Saturday was officially March. It's crazy how we're already in March already. Insane. Chores, got the house cleaned up, helped with making food, had some friends over, had the girls over, celebrating my best friend's birthday, played games, ate. We were thinking of having a bonfire, but it was extremely windy. Extremely windy. And wind and fires don't mix well unless you want to catch something on fire, which we do not want to. So we didn't do that. We were planning, I had set up these games for Family Feud and charades. However, only one, my best friend wanted to play charades. We tried to attempt, but no one else wanted to play charades, so we just vetoed that one. Which is sad, because I set up everything between Family Feud and charades, and no one really wanted to play it. I don't know if I didn't set up family food where it made sense as well. It wasn't quick pace, it was kind of slow. But yeah, I was kind of sad or disappointed we didn't get we went into like the third part of playing a category of family food and it didn't go very well, so everyone got kind of bored of it. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing because I put so long, like I did a week's worth and took like 2 or 3 hours of putting that together, writing it all out. So yeah, I put a lot of work into it just for us not to play it, but oh well. Maybe one of these days I'll use it at one point, but anyway, we still had a good time chatting and stuff and having fun, so that was a good day. Sunday, March 2nd, church, nap, evening service. Monday, March 3rd, we worked. Guys, that was a rough day. Both Mom and I were stressed to the point we were feeling sick to our stomachs, getting headaches or anxiety attacks. There was a situation that came up for me. I'm not going to go into details of what it is, but something that I had to take responsibility of, but Mom needed to help me because she's my POA. And so there was so many phone calls being made, trying to get a hold of people to get me out of a situation that I'm just not available to do, not having the comprehension to deal with, not able to drive and that sort of thing. So it was a hairy, sticky situation, and I felt horrible because all the pressure was put on Mom, and I felt the pressure too as well. So I was like, so that day wasn't the greatest. It was stressful, at least near the beginning. We got the situation under control. Phone calls were made and taken care of. We just have to get a permission slip basically from my doctor to get me out of this situation, saying I'm not capable, physically and mentally not capable of doing this situation. So it's a serious situation that I was dealing with, or my mom and I had to deal with. So anyway, so things were discussed, situations that we're gonna have to go through now. I'm gonna have to do, even though I don't want to do, but I'm gonna have to go through. I may or may not talk about that later, I don't know. Not the situation that I went through, but as far as going into details of other things that I might have to apply to. So anyway, I'm sorry if I'm being a little not very descriptive of what I'm talking about, but that's just kind of how it is. I don't know if I want to talk about it just yet, or yeah, because I don't want to get, if I talk about it now, I don't want the criticism that people may put on me thinking I'm either lazy or, yeah, basically lazy, and I just putting all the pressure on my mom, and I don't want the backlash that people are going to put on my mom or I. So I'm just not going to go into all the details. So just pray for me, all those that are prayer warriors out there. Just simply pray for me and my mom that we have our sanity back. Yes, we're calmed down. Yes, we're getting through things, but pray for us because we need it. But anyway, after work was fine. It was, it was work. It's just the situation that we had to go through. I got to go to Mount Hope too. I didn't have to wait at the school. Thank goodness. I was like, I don't really want to deal with staying at the school. It just gets boring, and I don't want to deal with going over there. So I stopped. Mom dropped me off. I got to spend time with my friends that I don't get to see as often as I used to. And then after Mom was done class, my friends and I met Mom at Mission's Barbecue. Oh, they have such good food. I usually get the shredded chicken. You can have it in chicken as a sandwich or not. I usually don't want the extra bread because they give you cornbread, And I love cornbread, so I'd rather have the cornbread versus the bread of the sandwich. They have different options, but I chose mac and cheese and cheesy potatoes. That's a lot of cheese and a lot of starch, but I do not care. I do not care. I was like, I'm gonna get that, and I got myself a lemonade, so because I already had caffeine, I wasn't gonna get caffeine. So that's what I chose, and we had a good time together, talked for a while, and then we went our separate ways. So yeah, that's so far what's happened. Today, went to the doctor's, got my toe examined. Yes, it's confirmed. I got a toe infection in my nail. It's got fungus growing. So, got some prescription. Hopefully, I'll be able to pick it up today or tomorrow at Walmart. And it has to be reapplied for like 6 to 9 months. So, I have to do it at least once a day and reapply it, and hopefully it'll disappear and it won't come back again. So, yeah. So far, I've done some few chores around the house, and then here I am. So, that's kind of a lowdown what happened so far. So, yeah. I don't think anything else needed to update you on. So, yeah, just wait till Bible time and you'll see me later. Hi guys, and welcome back. Yeah, it is Bible time, so let's get started, guys. I didn't even say that right. Let's say that again. It's everybody's favorite time to vlog, Bible time. So let's get started. Now this next session is going to be interesting. It's not a typical subject that I'd rather talk about, but it is necessary. So bear with me, guys. Put on your bootstraps, because we're going on in. So Deuteronomy chapter 22. Alright. Some of this stuff is okay. Some of it's like, ooh, talking about some interesting topics. If you see your neighbor's ox or sheep or goat wandering away, don't ignore your responsibility. Take it back to its owner. If its owner does not live nearby, or you don't know who the owner is, take it to your place and keep it under the owner until the owner comes looking for it. Then you must return it. Do the same if you find your neighbor's donkey, clothing, or anything else your neighbor loses. Don't ignore your responsibility. If you see that your neighbor's donkey or ox has collapsed on the road, do not look the other way. Go and help your neighbor get it back on its feet. Here's a little sidebar called sex rules. See what I mean? This verse is not merely a discussion of Old Testament fashion. It describes a command to men and women to avoid reversing their sexual roles. Yet, rejecting these roles is not uncommon today. Many talk shows feature the stories of individuals who feel trapped, quote, quote, in their bodies and seek ways to make themselves whole, quote, quote. Some of their paths to wholelessness, like feeling like a whole, like you're whole inside, include homosexuality or sex change operations, but neither path leads to the desired goal. Every struggle with questions about this issue, I have not, but I know people have struggled with this, and it's sad. God had a purpose for making us uniquely male and female. He understands our struggles and wants us to trust that His plans for us are good. God never made a mistake when He made every one of us. Oh my goodness, the light keeps going out. I apologize for that. When He made us female, He made us female. When He made us male, we were supposed to be a male. So, I've never questioned my sexuality. I've always looked at myself and I'm a female. Attracted to men. End of story. I know that's kind of a touchy subject for a lot of people, but I live by the word. I agree with what the word says, and if it's an abomination, it's an abomination. I know I'm going to probably get some hate in this, but honey, I do not care. I will still love people. I will see them as they need love, but I do not agree if they're living an ungodly lifestyle. If it's against the word, it's against the word. And that's on period, people. Okay, let's continue. A woman must not put on men's clothing, and a man must not wear a woman's clothing. Anyone who does this is detestable in the sight of the Lord your God. If you happen to find a bird's nest in a tree or on the ground, and there are young ones or eggs in it with the mother sitting in the nest, do not take the mother with the young. You may take the young, but let the mother go, so that you may prosper and enjoy a long life. When you build a new house, you must build a railing around the edge of a flat roof. That way you will not be considered guilty of murder if someone falls off the roof. You must not plant any other crop between the rows of your vineyard. If you do, you are forbidden to use either the grapes from the vineyard or the other crop. You must not plow an ox and a donkey harnessed together. You must not wear clothing made of wool and linen woven together. You must not put 4 tassels on the hem of your cloak with which you cover yourself in the front, back, and side. Now, I'm not sure what all those meant back then. They probably had some meaning to them I'm just not aware of. Some of this stuff doesn't apply like today. Now, some of them do and others don't. I'm not sure exactly what they meant back then, but anyway. And the next section is called Regulations for Sexual Purity. Suppose a man marries a woman, but after sleeping with her he turns against her and publicly accuses her of shameful conduct, saying, when I married this woman, I discovered she was not a virgin. Then the woman's father and mother must bring the proof of her virginity to the elders as they held court at the town gate. Her father must say to them, I gave my daughter to this man to be his wife, and now he has turned against her. He has accused of her shameful conduct, saying, I discovered that your daughter was not a virgin. But here is the proof of my daughter's virginity. How would they know that for sure? Like, I don't know how they would know that, but anyway. Then they must spread her bedsheet before the elders. The elders must then take the man and punish him. They must also fine him 100 pieces of silver, which he must pay to the woman's father because he publicly accused a virgin of Israel of shameful conduct. The woman will then remain the man's wife, and he may never divorce her. But suppose the man's accusations are true and he can show that she was not a virgin. The woman must be taken to the door of her father's home, and there the men of the town must stone her to death, for she has committed a disgraceful crime in Israel by being promiscuous while living in her parents' home. In this way you will purge the evil from among you. If a man is discovered committing adultery, both he and the woman must die. In this way you will purge Israel of such evil. Suppose a man meets a young woman, a virgin who is engaged to be married, and he has sexual intercourse with her. If this happens within a town, you must take both of them to the gates of that town and stone them both to death. The woman is guilty because she did not scream for help. The man must die because he violated another man's wife. In this way you will purge the evil from among you. But if the man meets the engaged woman out in the country and he rapes her, then only the man must die. Do nothing to the young woman. She has committed no crime worthy of death. She is innocent as a murder victim. Since the man raped her out in the country, it must be assumed that she screamed, but there was no one to rescue her. Suppose a man has intercourse with a young woman who is a virgin but is not engaged to be married. If they are discovered, he must pay her father 50 pieces of silver. Then he must marry the young woman because he violated her, and he may never divorce her as long as he lives. A man must not marry his father's former wife, for this violates his father. So that is chapter 22. So. Now we're getting to devotions. It's titled, I Will Make Myself Known, and we're going to be in Ezekiel chapter 38, verses 17 through 23. Okay. This is what the Sovereign Lord asks. Are you the one I was talking about long ago when I announced through Israel's prophets that in the future I would bring you against my people? But this is what the Sovereign Lord says. When Gog invades the land of Israel, my fury will boil over. In my jealousy and blazing anger, I promise a mighty shaking in the land of Israel on that day. All living things, the fish in the sea, the birds of the sky, the animals of the field, the small animals that scurry among the ground, and all the people on earth will quake and terror at my presence. Mountains will be thrown down, cliffs will crumble, walls will fall to the earth. I will summon the sword against you on all the hills of Israel, says the Sovereign Lord. Your men will turn their swords against each other. I will punish you and your armies with disease and bloodshed. I will send torrential rain, hailstones, fire, and burning sulfur. In this way, I will show my greatness and holiness, and I will make myself known to all the nations of the world. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Doesn't that sound very familiar, like nowadays, all the natural disasters are happening in the world? That God's showing his presence and being known. Whether people agree with that or not is up to them, but he is making his presence known nowadays, showing how great he is. He is alive and well. Have you ever known someone who had a really strong effect on people? Some people make those around them laugh. Some can bring a room to tears, and others can work a group of friendly citizens into a frenzied mob. Billy Sunday, a ball player turned evangelist, had his greatest effect by making God known to people. He brought a fiery brand of revival and a way of holiness to the places he preached. Excuse me. Often when he would begin a revival in a town, the liquor sales would drop, prostitutes would go out of business, and entire communities would be changed. While those who profited from some of the shady commerce were often upset, ultimately generations were positively affected through Sunday's ministry. And so I will make my greatness and my holiness, and I'll make myself known in the sight of many nations. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel 38:23. Although Sunday gained recognition, ultimately it was God who was changing lives and communities. Sunday was simply the tool that God used to make himself known. Every day God uses people to move his plans forward. What kind of influence would others say you are having on those around you? Personally, I would rather people say that I was more of an encouraging person, more of a loving person. Yes, I might seem harsh at times because I'm speaking the truth, but I want people to know that I mean the truth and not someone that's going to be a suck-up or someone that's just saying things for the sake of, or just being a pushover just to gain likes. And I'm not a person that wants to gain likes or be likable. I want people to like me for the sake of loving the idea of their seeing God. I don't want them to see just Chelsea, the introverted, or the person that's just, there. I want people to see God through me. And that's the bottom line when it comes to it. What things in your life would be keeping you from being used in God's plan for your community? Fear, fear, fear. Fear usually gets the best of me. For years it has gripped my soul. Fear of knowing people are going to make fun of me, mock me, shock me, this sort of thing. So if I had to narrow it down, it would be fear. It keeps me from doing God's plan. But once I get past that and ask God to help me through it, I'm like, okay, Lord, you're going to have to give me the words and wisdom to say what I need to say and just do what you want me to do and be obedient to you. So that is devotion time. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. As always, keep on smiling, stay positive. I love you guys. Jesus loves you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.